Alright guys, on today's video we have taken a 10-foot by 10-foot piece of cloth out here in my nursery, 100 square feet, and we're going to see how much this 100 square feet of space is worth using various nursery pots or container sizes to try to find out the answer to this. And I've not done this before. I think I know how it works out, but I want to show you today what you can expect whether you're thinking about selling plants of a small size or a large size. And this also helps answer the questions that I've been asked in the comments here multiple times recently about pot sizes and how much they're worth and which pots I use and all of that. So I'm looking forward to doing this today, and hopefully there's something here for all of us to learn. So we decided to start with some plug trays. These are 50 count trays, and these are the trays that they come in 50 count, 72 count, all kinds of sizes, 38, 32, 21, just depending on the size of the plants you're going to grow. But these are used for plant propagation. You can start plants in these as from seeds or from cuttings or from divisions or whatever. But in 100 square feet, you can put 30 of these trays in there. So this is a 50 count tray. In this area, if you filled all this in, this would work out to 30 trays. So it'd be 1,500 plants. And if you took those 1,500 plants and you sold them at wholesale for $1.50 each, that works out to about $2,250. So think about the size that you have to work with. Do you have 100 square feet like a patio? Do you have 500 square feet? Do you have 1,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet? This will just give you a general idea of what growing plants this size, what you might be able to expect to yield from that size of area that you have. So guys, these pots are trade gallon in size. When I say trade gallon, that's T-R-A-D-E, like trade, the nursery trade. And they are approximately, trade gallon pots are approximately 2/3 of a gallon. And I know that that's kind of weird, and I really could not tell you why that size pot exists. But there's a trade gallon, there's a trade 2, there's a trade 3, and on you go. And when you see the word trade in front of gallon size, it means it's a little bit less than a gallon. So again, just think that's smaller than a gallon milk jug or a gallon whatever, a gallon ice cream bucket. Just it's about 2/3 of a gallon, and this is the pot that I use for probably 90% of the plants that I grow and sell. It seems to be the most economical way to sell plants from your backyard, at least as far as I can tell. So we're going to fill in this whole area here with these pots, and we're going to count them. And I've never done this before, and I'm curious to see what this works out to, but we're going to see how many pots we can fit in this 100 square foot area here that I laid out, and find out how much those would be worth at my $6 sale price. So we're going to finish filling this in. All right, so we have put all of these out here and filled up our 100 square feet, and this is 20 by 20, so there are 400 trade gallon pots here. Now my price point for trade gallons is $6, and the reality is that I sell those too cheap. I could easily sell them for $7 or $8 or more depending on the plant, but I'm sticking with $6. I would recommend selling them for more than that, but at $6 times 400, you know, that's $2,400 in 100 square feet. If you did them at $7 a piece, it's $2,800 in 100 square feet. So I'm just trying to help you get your mind around how much your space might be worth. Like over here, my green giants, I've got them over here, over there, and some over there. Those are all in trade gallon pots. So that's kind of what they look like when they've got plants in them and when they're growing. But just kind of thinking about your space and thinking about numbers, because all of that matters. This gives you some idea of what you can do with this pot in this space. And finally, I want to show you a 3-gallon pot. This is just kind of a standard size pot that a lot of shrubs and evergreen trees and that type of thing are sold in. And if I were selling these in my backyard nursery, I would sell these for $20 a plant. Maybe 19, maybe 25, but we'll just say $20 a plant, and 100 of them will fit here. It's 10 by 10, and you got to have some space between these pots. You can't cram these big pots together like you can trade gallons or even plug trays, because if you've got a nice size shrub growing in these, they're going to grow out wider than the plant and than the pot, and they're going to need more space. So if you work out the math on this at $20 a plant times 100 square feet, that gets you to about $2,000 for 3-gallon pots. Now here's the thing that's worth noting, and it's really important for a backyard grower, is I don't sell a lot of plants in 3-gallon pots. I don't try to sell a lot of plants in this size pot, because it is a whole lot easier to sell 100 small plants than it is to sell 10 bigger plants. People will come and fill their trunk up with $6, $7, or $8 plants before they're going to come buy a whole bunch of bigger ones. So you kind of have to think about what you want to do and what kind of plants you want to grow and what model you think might work best for your situation, for your personality, for your neighborhood, or whatever your sales setting is. So just to show you again, all of these, whether they're little bitty plants up to 3-gallon plants, it seems like, you know, you're in the $1,800 to $2,800 range with what you can do on 100 square feet. So again, just extrapolate that out, that math out to fit your situation, and it'll give you some idea of what you can do with what space you have. So from the examples I showed you, you can see how you might have a wholesale nursery, even in a tiny space in your backyard with little bitty plants. And look, if you grow them even tighter together than that, you can turn 100 square feet into more than $2,000 with little tiny plants. But just to show you some variety and give you some ideas and help you think of kind of what that might look like in your setting. Hope this is helpful to y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. Love all of you, and I'll see you on the next one.